sequencing emotion in a delicate formation. Numerology's wisdom is a language of vibration. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a numerologist, psychic medium, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's working with spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, precision and heart always enters the equation. Now, here is your host of the Numerology Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Numerology Hour. I am Kelly Brickle, and we are doing things at a different time. So Debbie normally has this time. She is going to be in and out for the summer. So I'm here doing the Numerology Hour. We're going to be doing numerology readings in just a little bit, but for a moment, we do talk about the numbers. We do talk about kind of what's going on in the numerology forecast. And we do take number questions because a lot of people see repeating numbers or they have like instances where they're trying to learn about numerology. So that is the name of the game with the Numerology Hour. I've been studying numerology for like 20 years. And it became a hobby and a way to interact with energy and to learn about reading just different systems. And then it became a lifelong love because I just had so much understanding with it. It's kind of like when you fall in love with reading color, right? And you just do it more and more. Suddenly you're just like, wow, I love reading color, or I love reading astrology, whatever system that you gravitate to. So numerology is definitely one of my mains with that. So hello, welcome Nigel, and welcome Jess, welcome Chrissy, and welcome Wendy. I appreciate everybody new coming on in, as well as some familiar faces. So thank you. Just pop down where you are in the world. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Melissa. Hello. And so I'm from California. And I have a cold, apparently. I woke up with a cold today. So I'm shaking off a cold. So I'm a little raspier. And you might catch me sneeze. So just bear with me as I'm talking, as I grab my composure. So I'm from Orange County, California. And originally I grew up in Illinois. So I'm from the US. I know we have a lot of UK people in the house. And I want to say hello, hello. So hello, Carrie. Hello, Nancy. It's great to see you, Nancy. And then Nigel's from the UK, Wendy's from Mississippi, wow, Melissa's from Canada, Jess, North Dakota, oh my gosh, Utah, Chrissy, and hello, Keith, and thank you. I appreciate it. Luckily, it's not a horrible one. Hopefully, continues to get better and better. Born and raised in California. I love it. I love it. Oh, and thank you. Keith says happy birthday. It was my birthday yesterday. So this is my birthday week on top of it. I have colds and birthdays, news of everything to bring you. And I love it. I love how everyone's just coming on and saying hi, make me feel warm and welcome. And hopefully you're feeling warm and welcome with the numerology we're about to share. So hello. Oh my gosh, Manchester, Michigan, two for Manchester. Wow. Canada. And then thank you, some more birthdays. I just appreciate all the birthday love and everyone letting me know where you're from. Happy birthday. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, it was your birthday yesterday? Well, we share the same birthday, Nigel. That's very cool. That's very cool. I love it. So, hello, Jacqueline. That's the funny thing. So when people share similar birthdays, they have similar personalities. Not completely, because everyone has different numbers when they were born. And part of what makes up your numbers is your name. So you could have the exact same date and year as somebody. If you had my same year, Nigel, I'd be very, very shocked in a good way. But if you don't have the same name as somebody, and so that would be the same first and last name, you're going to actually have different numbers because numerology is the numbers that you're born with, and then the numbers you are given when you come into the world, and even the numbers that you acquire as you change your identity. You could like change your name and say, I'm going to cut it. Like, from Christopher to Chris. Prefer to be called Chris, or Jonathan to John, and that actually change your that changes your numbers because every number um, has a value, has a vibration, has a frequency, and that's what you embody. And every letter equals a vibration. And so once you add those up together, just like when you add your birthday together, you get certain representations of how you use your energy. And I used to think it was like not really that impactful. And the more that I did numerology, I was like, no, it's very impactful when people change their names, they change their personalities. It's very weird. It even surprises me, even though I'm not surprised that it happens now. I go, yeah, I go, that's numerology for you. But I go, wow, it's really doing that. Yes, it is. So there's a lot of those moments. Hello, Emily, Jody, Jacqueline from Nottingham, Keith. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Nikki, hello, hello. So let's go into some numbers in just a moment. If anyone has any numerology questions, this really is the time to ask them. Just if you are learning about something in numerology, or if you've seen certain numbers. And if we don't have a lot of those, we'll go straight into readings. And so numerology readings are a lot like psychic readings. I'm just using a tool to get into your energy psychically. And in numerology, just like in astrology, everyone has charts. And there's many different charts. There's personal charts that really give us so much information, and you can look into like relationship, business, um, on and on and on with numerology. It just goes so many different places. So I'm very quick with my readings. I can get a lot with just a little bit. So you'll be getting a lot with your questions. But in order to have a full chart reading, we need much more than just a couple of numbers. So I want to illustrate the beauty of numerology, but also so much more you can do with it at the same time. Oh, Keith, I never knew you're from Maine. That's cool. All right. Joanne. There's I'm thinking of Maryland. I was thinking about Maryland for a second. Hey Maggie, it's great to see you, Maggie. All right. So everyone's popping down their birth dates. Cindy, you say you keep seeing double numbers. All right. So if you see double numbers, you could be seeing sets of numbers, clusters of numbers. And that's really like a showing that you are becoming clearer, and your intuition, your higher self, or even spirit is trying to say, hey, look over here, because there's synchronicities in the universe all the time, and there's synchronicities within our energy that help align us and level us up. And really numerology, that's really what repeating numbers are about. It's about gaining energy and gaining momentum. And you do that with clusters of numbers, like with the 111s, the 222s, the 333s. As long as you're seeing the clusters of numbers together, that's saying that there's bundled up energy with that certain vibration for you. So all the numbers mean individually something. This is true. But if you're seeing a lot of random repeated numbers or double numbers, it means that there's built up energy for you that you're accessing and you are becoming aware of. And that's like a really good thing. There's usually like a mental clarity and positivity that heightens, and you're just like, oh, it's not only am I seeing it, but I feel something with it. So that's for Cindy. And let's see. Melissa, I've never had a numerology reading before, first time tuning in. Well, thank you for coming down. Let's see. Do you have a lucky number like in the world? I think everyone has different vibrations they're attracted to. I find that I have certain numbers that follow me around. Eights and nines follow me around, and twos and fours will follow me as well, but the eights and nines follow me a lot, particularly the eight. Um, and then one of my lucky numbers is my birthday number, 13, right? I'm sure you can identify with that, Nigel, but 13 is a four. Three plus one is four. Okay. So you're always going to break it down to a single digit. But yeah, certain numbers follow people around all the time. Like my husband, um, he has threes within his chart, and threes follow him around everywhere. Now he also has some other numbers prominent in his chart. Those have a habit of finding its way to him, but three predominantly. He'll get three number parking spaces. He would accidentally, not even knowing about numerology, when would have apartments. I'd look at the old apartment number, it would break down to a three. Um, just random things like on receipts, tracking numbers. Oh, for whatever reason, that three vibration just knows where to follow, knows where to go. Okay, so I encourage you to do that too, whether it's one that follows you around or one that you deem lucky. There are certain numbers that will follow you around, either for a reason, a season, a lifetime. I'm sure some of you have heard that that description before. So an energy or a person, with numerology, it's an energy, follows you for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Okay, so definitely know some of your patterns just by adding up the numbers that are around you, like where you live, when you buy something, again, randomly, what you're given or what you choose. Okay. All right. So let's go into some number readings. I'm going to take one more quick question. Oh my gosh, there's so many good questions. Ah, let's see. Let's see. Have you heard that Nikola Tesla would only do things in three, six, or nines? What you think? What do you think about that? I have heard of it. I don't know enough about it. You're making me want to like look it up again. But nines are the like kind of the symphony of the universe, and threes, sixes, and nines are all an energy cluster that play in with one another in mathematics. Um, and the Fibonacci sequence, that's made up of threes, sixes, and nines, mostly nines. So there are certain ratios and rules in nature and mathematics that really illustrate how like patterns and formations are sacred. And I just think that really leans into that. Numerology was modern day numerology, because actually there's more than one type of numerology, but the one that I do, Western numerology, which was designed by, oh my gosh, my cold is making my brain a little foggy. Pythagoras. So I do Pythagorean numerology, and that was developed by the philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras. And so these lovers of numbers, and also an energy sensitive, being so philosophical, there's crossovers of why like-minded individuals have adopted certain ways of belief logically and energetically. There's definite crossovers, Janice. So I think that it's very fascinating, and I'm really not surprised. And I'm sure that I could find a lot of correlations with that, honestly, if I just went into the law of nine and read Nikola Tesla's philosophy on it. But it's going to come back to nature. It definitely is going to come back to the mechanics of nature. Let's see here. All right. Let's go into some numbers. It's to do with the frequency of the universe. Yes, it is. And we're always learning what that is. And we're always finding tools and systems to find that. Okay. So Keith says three, sixes, and nines are in my birthday numbers. And when we have certain clusters of numbers, it does highlight certain personalities that we have. Like certain, so there's in numerology, there's clusters. I'm not going to go into it today too much, but if you have a certain amount of energy, it means that you're more likely going to be this way. Okay. That's what it means. So Keith has a lot of three, sixes, and nines. That means he's a very social person. All right. So just seeing that with numerology. Okay, so let's go into some readings. Everybody kind of gets the gist of my passion and a little bit of what it can do. And so let's go into the numbers. All right. And there's so many lovely questions. Thank you so much. I love your enthusiasm, but let's go into some readings. And I'll be here next week too, so I'll be taking some of a little bit of both next week too. All right. I saw someone pop down their numbers earlier and I was really drawn to it like right off the bat. So I'm scrolling up to find them. And let me know if you're still here because I want to make sure you're still here. So Jody Jenkins, are you still here? And that is going to be May 8th, 1988. And if you can write it out like Jody did, because in the US, we do our month and day backwards. And I have to make sure I know your month is your month. Like if I see like 2/8, for instance, I don't know if that's February 8th or August 2nd. So please write out your month just like Jody did. So Jody, you're still here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And you said I was born exactly on May 8th, 1988 at midnight. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You even know the time of birth. And then yes, you're here. Okay, awesome. All right, let's get into it. And Jody, if you have a question, you can ask it too. If not, no worries. We can just do a general. So no requirements. All right. So your attitude 4, Jody, your personal day 8, and your life path number. Your life path number is 3. Oh, that that makes perfect sense. And I'll tell you why. So birth time numbers are not talked a lot about in numerology. They're not, but they really highlight certain things. They really do. So you were born at midnight. That is and if you said you're born on the dot, and if you're born on the dot, I'm going to take your word on that. So that would be 1200. But that's a 3 vibration. A 12 is a 3 vibration, and your life path is also a 3 vibration. Okay, so our birth time numbers usually follow one influential number in our birth chart. So it's very, very fascinating, very, very interesting. Um, and you are in a cycle of 3 this year too, as well. So if anyone has any questions about kind of what I'm talking about with the mechanics, sure, I can explain it. But I'm just going to go into the reading, and I kind of just break down the numbers that come up beforehand, and I don't really get into the whys so much, but I just get into the reading usually. And I'm just explaining this more because most of you might not know how numerology works or have seen me work before. Okay, so Jody, so you're an attitude 4. So this lets me know that you are a very organized person, especially when things are going well for you. That is a natural sign of that your mind's in order and that you feel like you have a handle on things, because 4 is a number of organization and things have to just be systematically lined up. So you prefer to be a planner. You prefer to be a planner. And if you can understand this, Jody, just let me know. And you said, yes, midnight on the dot. Thank you. And really with your life path, with how it's coming up also within your cycle, it's letting me know that um, this year and in going into next year, so you really do feel like it's a transition thing, a mixture of you've really started to put your feet on the path and to know why you've been here in life. Like you've gotten a lot of the lessons and you're like, I'm pretty sure I know what I want to do within my life. So I know your numbers are lined up where you have a sense of understanding and you've embodied some of those things this year already. And it's kind of just like, I know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to continue on, going to continue on, going to continue on. And I know it's all coming together. And you said, yes, mentally in control. And so, yes, it showcases a maturity that has like come not only into your mentality, which I love that because that's a huge thing, but also like spiritually and emotionally, you're like, this is what's right for me. Um, and with the threes that you have going on, it showcases that you have to do something within communications or creativity. Okay. And you're saying very self-aware, two psyches inside and out. Okay. Yeah. I love it. And that makes sense. You're two psych. I could talk about that too. So within the three, you have to be using your voice. You have to be expressing. So three is all about, and this is the life path three of how you're learning to be, putting yourself so you can be seen and heard. So people can like listen to the things that you have to say. So this is very, very important because you will not feel fulfilled, happy, or even motivated or even passionate if you don't have some type of audience. Okay. So this can be online and in person. And honestly, both are great. As long as you are getting your workout, you will feel like this momentum. And I feel like people would naturally, so I don't know about every, era within your life, but as you're on your path right now, you're getting a lot of praise for your work. Like people really come and they like comment and they say, "Wow, this is like thank you for putting it like that. I haven't seen that perspective. Thank you so much." So you're getting engagement from others that is helping your confidence levels. Um, Let's see. I love to write. I love talking too. Okay, so whether you continue to like to write, the three comes up because basically it's all about communications. So you could actually be in the corporate world and you're helping to get other people's ideas out, or you're getting your own ideas out, but you are the head figure. You're the representative to making sure that your voice is helping to deliver the message. Okay? And you're like, I love to brighten people with different perspectives. Yes. And well, it's important. It's important. So any job you do, you have to be in some creative mode sharing, or you have to be using your voice sharing for others or for yourself. Okay, so this is very imperative. And you have two different sides to you. You talked about like two psyches because the four is a very important part of your personality, but it's serious. It's very serious. It sizes people up systematically. It's very analytical, and you like to actually acquire a lot of knowledge. So there's a part of you that like does a lot of research and doesn't jump very quickly. But then the three is very creative and it understands what people needs. So sometimes you're just like, yeah, I prefer to do it one way, but I understand that someone's responding to this, and you will basically let go and you will basically appease in the moment what they feel is the most like the creative and best flowing fit. So really honor both sides because that's just who you are and you get to choose where when you want to utilize that. You really do. Sometimes people really do see you as serious more so than you are. Okay, so if you can understand this and you said I get motivated by people, yes you would, absolutely. And you're like hyper analytic, yes absolutely. And so people see you much more serious again as you are with the 4 and the 8 especially coming out because you're developing your 3. You're developing your 3, so over the course of your life you will learn to be more fluid and like I said creative and expressive, and you will come into that knowing and feeling and being inspired like, oh, I think I should just put something out there sometime, or I want to go present this idea and I'm going to share it. I have this business idea. um, you're gonna do more things spontaneously, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's really brave. Oh, wow, you're doing it a different way." And it's that 3. The 3 has to get out and socialize to be appeased. And more so than being social, it has to share, it has to perform. Okay. So, and you said, yes, I'm sensitive, so people around me tend to tread lightly, I'm guessing. So I really, really suggest So honor that you're a serious person, and then wherever you want, sparkle and shine. But when it comes to career, your career has to allow you to be around people and to be a bit more creative and fluid. Okay. So be your serious self and and be however you want with your individuality. But when it comes to career, you do have to let yourself um let loose and to actually like rise with people so they can see you and honor you. So again, when it comes to threes, you have to share on a platform, be in some type of position where you are training, leading, where people can hear you and be impressed upon the way that you pass on your information. And so I'm going to give it to you like that. I hope that gave you some insight. But I feel like you're in a really good spot. Just continue to push yourself and everything will fall into place. Okay. Yes. Three is an awesome number. Three is the most lighthearted number in numerology. It's the number of writing, comedy, laughter, music. It's a very beautiful number. It really is. In its brightest side, it is the performer. Okay, and at another side, because there's light and dark to every number. So I could say a lot of things for the light and I could say a lot of things for the dark, but always make sure as a three that you are performing for yourself and not for others. I think it's important to be connected to something bigger than ourselves, to be humble and have that, like, be in service of that rather than an individual and performing and playing for the likeness or the acceptance of others. So be the performer rather than the gesture. Be the singer and the writer and the creative and the inspirer rather than at the mercy of the crowd. All right. I'm glad you can understand. There's a reason why everything comes in. I'm glad you can understand. Thank you. All right, let's go to another person. And thank you everybody for putting up with my cold. Let's see here. So Lauren, are you still in the house? Lauren. I'm glad you feel so good about it. I'm glad it gave some insights. I really am. So Lauren Paloletti, and you are June 20th. Let me know if you're still here. If not, we'll go to Joanne Lewis. So Joanne or Lauren, are you still in the house? Just let me know. I see a lot of names here. I just got to make sure that people are with me in live. So pop down if you're still live, everybody. Okay, Joanne is. Thank you. All right. All right. June 6th. All right. So you are an attitude 8, a personal day 2, and a life path 6, I believe. I'm just double checking the math. Numerology, you have to make sure the math is right. So, yep, attitude 8, personal day 2, and yep, life path 6. All right. And so I'm going to scroll down. Where are you? Lauren and oh, I was doing Lauren's. This is what a cold will do to you. Okay. So you gave me all right. Joanne, you're here, and then you gave me yours up top. Okay. I started doing the other ladies. All right, 6, 12. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your patience with me today. And then 1967. Okay. So, Joanne, I'm locking in on you. Please know that your attitude 9, personal day 3, and your life path 5. Okay. So 6, 12. Yep. That's attitude 9, personal day 3, life path 5. Yep, that's right. Okay. All right. So Joanne. All right. So it lets me know, Joanne, that you are quite a spontaneous and creative person. Like you're really just whatever works on the fly. And again, this is like a piece of your chart. I don't have your full chart. This is a piece of your chart. But you're an attitude 9. So it lets me know that you have an unconventional mind. 9 is like an old soul number and it doesn't play by the rules ever. Okay. And you're saying yes, very spontaneous. With the 9 and 5 together and the 3, you would be. Okay. So people very gravitate to you if you can understand this, like in parties, groups, gatherings, and crowds, people just kind of just find their way to you and they feel very comfortable around you. And so, and you're saying always think outside the box. Yes. And the nines and the 3, those are very social numbers. So 9, 6s, and 3s, social numbers. You have a 9 and a 3. And so it allows you to really be around people, make other people feel comfortable, make other people feel heard and seen. And that 5 allows you to, again, be super spontaneous where you'll find yourself in situations and with people saying, oh, why not? Let's go and try it. Why not? Sounds fun. Why not? So it's basically since you have so many fluid and social numbers within your life, you are working your way to find really what your own personal truths are. And they're up for debate at any time. You're always up for elevating and changing and finding a better way. So it's actually very exciting because you're very growth orientated when you put your mind to something. You're very explorative of, I'm just going to go and try this and travel and see how the world shows me what I need to find next. Or you're very much, this is what I'm looking for, and then I'm gonna allow it to find me, but I know what I'm looking for. Joanne, yes, I always get asked directions to find people and find people that are drawn to you. Okay, cool. Um, that resonates in a funny area too, directions. I wouldn't be surprised because you're life path 5, and life path 5 people are great with travel in general because they're uninhibited. That's the word. Um, and you said, "Yes, I love new places, new directions." Yes. And so you would actually have a lot of knowledge under your belt, like, hey, go here, do that. I recommend this. And you want that from other people too. So whether someone's young or old, again, you're very open minded and you just want to learn from people in general. You have an attitude 9 too, as well. I just go back to the numbers that I feel like I want to talk about. And I'm drawn back to there again. And this lets me know like unconventional childhood and either taking on responsibility or going your own way and being independent at a younger age. Okay. You said you love learning. Okay. With the life path 5, I'm jumping there again. So something that I want to highlight is our life path is something that we're always working to and becoming. It's very much who we are too. But it's something that we are acquiring. And so you have a 5. So it's kind of a reminder like all the different things that you've done in life, they're connected into leading to you where you are now. So the 5 always instigates multiple jobs. So rather than I found one passion and I ascended up the ladder and I've always built on this one thing, the 5 indicates that you got bored. You got bored and you needed to go somewhere else. And it was time to take on a different skill, on a completely different way of life at times, and it made life exciting and you're okay with that. And so again, you'll always be much more well-rounded than the average person, very sharp and very well-rounded because of the variety of experiences. And you said yes, various jobs and hobbies. And so it's very important to put all that knowledge together in a unique way and continue to dose it back out to the world with how you can help people in unique situations with your unique skill set. You're in a cycle of 8, and so this is a year of truth for you and health. 8 is the number of physicality, so it's about, like, making things real and understood and also accepting what we reap is what we sow. So, the cycle of 8 is really, like, making you look at your hard truths and saying, "Well, what do I really want, but what have I really done to stop me from getting that?" And if things are going well, it's because of A, B, and C. So I really need to step it up if I want something different. I know I'm very however it goes sometimes, but if I want specific things, again, I don't have to have them come to me exactly in the way that I'm asking. But I really got to dig my feet in the sand and I need to do something different because I need a couple of things that I know that I need to happen. Um, and it's kind of like taking responsibility for what we have built. So that comes in like pretty strong again, like having reflections of this is who I am, and this is what I need, and I have to be a little bit more directive within that, even though I can still be creative. And that's also taking responsibility for health. So if you can understand that, and I feel like there has been health changes or health acknowledgments from doctor, like with supplementation and also some other things that you're looking at. So it's like simple things and actually a couple more serious things that we have to make sure are grounded. And so, okay, thank you for understanding about the job. Yep, each job has taught you new things. Can you understand though, with the health thing, that I mentioned, as well as 8, taking responsibility for a couple of goals that you really do want, but you know you have to change things. And so, Joanne, if you can understand this, I'm just making sure as I wrap it up with you. And hello, everybody coming on in. Hello, Michelle. Hello, May. And then you said, yes, have him focus on more herbal remedies. Good. Okay. So mixed with, so there's the supplementation and also some like more serious things that you're looking at. And I do feel like there's like some hormonal things being highlighted, if you can understand that as well. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing. I'm just talking about the energy that I'm feeling, and I'm just talking about the energy that I'm seeing, um, just making that known. But with the 8, it's basically saying if you look at it and take responsibility for it, it gets healed and it gets rectified very quickly and easily. So continue to do what you're doing and digging further with what herbs are right for you, on just a supplemental level, and also some things going on with your body a little bit more serious too as well. I do feel like more new combinations. So I'm gonna say that word with emphasis, more new combinations of herbs and supplements are going to be the right fit. So keep tweaking some of the things that you're doing. All right. So I'm going to give that to you, Joanne. Thank you so much. And I'm going to go on to the next person. And you said, yes, eating the right food and taking the correct supplements. And I feel like that's been, that came to your attention pretty strongly 2 years ago, in another way. I feel like you've kind of been interested. Um, I feel like people like again, you're so open to things that people have brought nutrition and supplementation and eating right to your knowledge, your life a long time ago. Like you've acknowledged this already throughout multiple times within your life and made adjustments and tried things. But I feel like 2 years ago, like around 2 years ago, you kind of had another realization that you're like, I need to change something. This is not working for me. My health is rocky. And so you've been doing that, but there needs to be tweaks. And I just want to give you a pat on the back for the tweaks and just keep doing more of them. Okay. And you say, yes, 100%. Okay. Thank you for understanding that. Thank you. Um, and everybody, if I sound like a frog, I'm shaking off a cold. So thank you for working with me. Um, Let's see. All right. So pop down your numbers, everybody, since we're doing numerology readings, and that's how I will go to you. Um, so Melissa. And I don't need your birth time. If you have your birth time, it's another little piece of fascinating advice. So with numbers, like if you were to come in for a chart, I could be working with someone for 2 hours, easy, about all their numbers, and I still wouldn't be done because then I could do a whole nother sector. Like I could like look into their chart with another person's chart. I could look into what's coming for, their next year or two within business or even within health or even so there's so many things to do just like in astrology. You can do predictive, you can just do aspects of people and talk about their energies or their gifts, even. So there's so many different places to go. All right. So, Melissa, January 5th. And thank you for writing your month out, Melissa. I appreciate that. And just let me know if you're in the house. Right. Melissa, Melissa, Melissa. So, Melissa, are you in the house? Scrolling down. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Hello. And again, thank you for everyone for coming on in. Sammy, um, Chrissy, Joanne, Leona, T, May. Uh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Fran. It's great to see. I'm gonna give a shout out to Fran. Hello, Fran. Hey. Um, okay. So, and then Joanne had a comment. Found I was diagnosed prediabetes and now after change of diet, no signs. Yeah, it needs again the supplementation and changing what's going on with the balancing of the herbs and the right treatment. So not just food, absolutely. Okay. Thank you for talking about that, Joanne. Keep looking into it. That was part of the message. Absolutely. Okay. So Melissa, you are attitude 6 and personal day 5, and you are life path 7. All right. And just your cycle is a 5. All right. So I'm just double checking the math. Attitude 6, personal day 5, and yes, life path 7. Okay. So with an attitude 6, there's always this energy of being very protective of the ones that you love, being very generous and very protective. Okay. Because 6 is a very strong family vibration of if I love you, you're one of mine. And so everything that they do in life kind of has, and if you can understand this, Melissa, everything that you do in life has this consideration of others, of helping others. And especially if someone's your friend or your family member, you go above and beyond for them because that's the thing that is right to do by you. You go above and beyond for them. Exactly. Um, and you like to include people and you like to, like I mentioned, being generous. Like it's very a part of you to Okay, well, I'm back. The internet dropped everybody. That has never happened before. Very interesting. Okay, I am back. Um, and you're saying someone else has crashed, and it's yes, it's crashed. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm back, everybody. That is so strange. That is so strange. Yes, here I am, a little Mercury in retrograde. I love it. We broke the internet. I love it. Oh my gosh. Hello again. Hello. Hello, hello. It's just all the numbers. Yeah, we had a numbers jam maybe. That's hilarious. Okay, so where was I? I was with Melissa, and let's see here. Okay, so I was going into kind of her energy, and there's like this maternal nature to Melissa where she's very fiercely protective. And you were personal day 5. And so our personal day numbers are our most outer layer. And so when people first meet us, they get like certain impressions, and you have that 5 energy. And so the 5 energy allows many different people to kind of just approach you, because 5 is the number of unpredictability. So there's a lot of different friends that you've made over the years and continue to make, and you know vastly different personalities. Like, you do not have, just similar friend groups. You have very, very vastly different personalities. And sometimes drama can find you because, again, 5 is the number of unpredictability, and it can be like chaos sometimes. So, unique personalities and people find their way to you often in situations if you can understand that. You said people tell me their life stories told strangers. Yep. And some of these people you've made friends with along the way. They've just found their way to you. So you welcome kind of again, not everybody, but you welcome a little bit of that into your life if it's the right fit. Um and it's interesting because you do have like this. I'd have to look at more of your chart, but you have a very multifaceted personality. You're very like warm and like and open at times, but you're very discerning. So like you're a very sharp, smart person, and like you can see like the BS in people a lot. So again, you have the sharp eye for kind of really understanding how people work or how things tick on certain levels, and you can catch things that other people miss a lot. So, like, you're a bit of a detective if you can understand that. Um, Going into just kind of what this year represents for a second, because I'm just bouncing around all over the place. And hello, it's great to see you. Said, haven't seen you in a few months. Great to see you. It's great to see you too. And so Melissa, and you said, "Oh, BS, yes, yes, yes." So seven and eights are the number of truth, but they operate in different ways. And so your life path 7, and it's really like the mental frequency of truth. So you really like feel things out a lot or think, and that's an extension of your feeling, and go, that's it's right, that's it's wrong. And you've had that and cultivated that since you were young. So you're able to really find the truth of the matter with people and things. Um, and going back into kind of where your life is going. So you're in a cycle of 5 right now. And so that means that there's a tremendous like thirst for change. And it's almost like you need to have a tweak within your job, or you're itching to change things where you live, if you can understand this, Melissa. But there needs to be something that's refreshed and new, and so it's making you restless and kind of wanting to get out of the house more. And I always suggest around this time, like, it is so important to get a new skill or to put yourself in a new environment with 5, because 5 is all about change, exploration. It's all about variety. So you have to make sure the same old is not the same old, and you have to like redefine and refresh who you are. And like as humans, we're multidimensional beings. Like we're made to learn and grow and change all the time. So really embrace that this year. So that's kind of like the message that I want to give to you. And I know this sounds weird, but and I don't know if this is this is something that I just keep seeing around you. But I just sometimes there's small changes and there's big changes, right? And I just see that like you've gone to a different like coffee house like more than there's something about like you've changed in the routine of how you get coffee or how you go out and get coffee, if you can understand this. Like you've changed your morning routine or your habits of how you do things. But it's something connected to coffee or tea or something like that, and like actually physically going outside the house. um then you're talking about changing our income property and removing tendons. Yeah, that would be part of so 4 and 5 vibrations deal a lot of times with the home. And that would fall under how that would satisfy a change energetically. Absolutely. Um, but really redefining the business and understanding what you want to do with the income property. Definitely. You said, "Oh boy, I don't drink coffee. Should I start?" So it's okay. I wasn't sure if I was right on that. If I know something, I'll stick to it. If I'm not sure about something, I won't stick to it. I'll be like, hey, I could be wrong. So it was about tea or coffee. And it was just like, I'm going out to this new location and I'm there more frequent. So it's about a new place that you're frequenting. So a new it could be a lunch spot even, and I'm getting it wrong, but there's some place that you've been going more often and it's like kind of like your spot, and you've changed what your spot is. Like if someone wants to meet you for lunch, you're like, let's go here. And it's not the usual. It's something changed. And I the vibration is very much like I'm going around lunch or the morning because I'm seeing the sun coming in from the windows. So if you can understand this, cool. If you can't, it's okay. It's okay. I just gotta share. I just gotta share it. And I'm content with whatever. All right. So that's the one thing you can't take. That's okay. I just gotta put it out there. I just keep seeing the last thing I'll say on is it there's this new place, whether it's for breakfast or lunch, that I go and it kind of becomes my new spot that I go with friends or by myself to get reprieve. So just putting it out there. Okay. All right. Um the last thing I will say is wherever you are within your job, make sure that you're being valued for your mind, because a 7 has to be valued for their mental prowess and the unique ways that they see things. And also, you need to have an element of feeling like you can look out for others and have like a social connection at work. So you need very much both pieces. You need to like actually have your independence and actually um, have time to do your own thing, as well as you to really feel connected. You have to have that social interaction. Okay. And you're like, I'm a teacher assistant in high school. Well, then so within this, in order to feel more comfortable where you work, I really, really highly recommend that if you can get at certain times the furthest cubicle away or section away at times where you need to take a break and recharge and rest and reload, do that when you need that. And also find people that you can mentor and that you can help. And again, students that you can assist and form meaningful, close relationships. Of course, you have like teacher boundaries, of course, but as a 6, like that vibration is all about being maternal and helping lift people up and give energy and really lead people and care for people. So that has to be within your life, within your job. And then the 7 is I need my to be valued for my mental prowess and how I'm clever and how I catch things. And also, in order to be that way, I need my alone time and I need to make sure I don't burn out. And so, as much as I am social and warm and affectionate, I need my space. I need my space. So allowing those both parts of you to be recognized and utilized within your work, within your life, that will only make you grow stronger and have exactly what you need. Because the six, that's the maternal, and the seven is I am like almost a hermit sometimes, and I need to get my mind straight and organized, right? I sometimes correct the teachers. The seven and the six coming together would do that. Absolutely. That makes sense. Okay. So just value those two parts of yourself. I'm going to say it like that. And with five, I love all the changes that you're doing. I'm glad that you're doing some additional business changes. Perfect time. And I'm just going to tip your hat, tip my hat to you within that. And don't forget to have fun along the way, because five is still about having fun. All right. With that said, thank you everybody for being with me. Thank you for bearing with the internet crashing for a moment, and also my cold. Um, I appreciate you so much. I will be back next week, I believe. Unless, because Debbie's still planning out her summer schedule, but I believe I will be here next week. If not, Debbie will be. But either way, you will have a chance for readings and some love of spirit with different modalities, whether it's through mediumship, psychic, or numerology. So thank you so much. And for all the love. I will see you next week at this time slot. And then also in just about 45 minutes at 1 p.m., I'm going to be going live with Leanne Thomas, and she is a medium and angelic channel. And we'll be doing some readings too for a little bit. So you'll see me very soon. With that said, thank you for stopping by. I will see you very soon. Please go with love, luck, and light. And everybody, don't forget to live. Take care. Bye.